Everybody makes mistakes, but if you made a mistake that ended up costing you thousands of dollars, well, welcome to my story time. Hello, everyone. My name is Logan. I am a junior journalism major at Eastern Illinois University, and I'd like to talk to you guys about a very silly mistake I ended up making that ended up costing my family a lot of money. Now that I think about it, it was a pretty innocent mistake, but it was embarrassing and scary nonetheless. Um, what happened was, uh, well, I guess I should probably start with more backstory because backstory is very important in this story. Um, Basically, this is my first time living away from home. I've been living in Charleston for, it's been a little less than a year. I think in August is when it'll be a full year. So, right now it's April, so we're getting there. And I made a lot of progress along the way, and I've learned a lot of things just from living semi-independently. And it's just been a big learning experience. I feel like it's a really big learning experience for anybody who is making the transition to semi-independent living um, at a university town. But basically, it was not even midway into the first semester at Eastern Illinois University, and I was walking to another class. My friend stops me and says, "Hey, Logan, how's it going?" And so we walk on the sidewalk and we're just talking. We're having a good time. It's absolutely gorgeous outside. And then all of a sudden, I trip on something. It's either, I don't even remember what it was. It was either a twig or a crack in the sidewalk. It was right outside of the Martin Luther King Jr. University Union at Eastern Illinois University. So here's what it looked like. Yeah, I mean, it's not too intimidating, is it? You wouldn't think that anybody would just kind of trip over air there, but I did it. Somehow I tripped, and I was about to land on my face. So to stop the fall, I kind of did this weird maneuver with my legs, and somehow I ended up twisting my ankle, and it hurt like a mother. It hurt so bad. Um, I was freaking out because I was in so much pain, and I don't know what to do. If you've ever twisted your ankle before and it felt like it almost broke, you know what I'm talking about. There's just this flush of pain and like this weird feeling, maybe adrenaline, I don't know, but it just completely encompasses your body and it makes you feel horrible. So I was petrified, and I just kind of sat on this bench here and called my dad, the only person I could really think to call at the moment. I didn't know what to do. I started crying. My friend had gone into the building to get me some ice, and he just told me, "Here's what you gotta do. If it doesn't work, just call the police and see what they have to offer and what advice they have." So my other plan didn't work. I just called the university police department, and they actually sent an ambulance, and I was carried out on a stretcher. It was the most embarrassing thing, honestly, because as far as I know, this was just a twisted ankle. Maybe I could walk in a couple hours. I just couldn't walk at the time. So that was embarrassing. And I get taken to the medical clinic at EIU, where it takes a very long time, like about 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours. I was waiting to get the results back from the x-ray, and the nurse came back and said, "Okay, don't freak out, but you might have a fracture in your ankle." And I freaked out because I wasn't even halfway into the semester and I was already breaking my bones. Are you kidding me? How clumsy can I be? Basically, everything turned out fine. One of my roommates came to pick me up, and getting me up the 3 flights on our apartment, that was kind of fun. I'll just leave it at that. It wasn't fun. It was horrible. But yeah, everything was turning out okay. We ended up getting pizza that day, and I had an appointment scheduled at the hospital in town. So everything was fine, and it was just scary, you know. I ended up calling my mom and telling her what happened. I knew not to tell her right away because she's like me. She kind of freaks out sometimes when she doesn't get all the facts. So I waited to tell her everything that happened, and she was really upset. She couldn't come and visit me because she was on vacation, and she really wanted to just show me that she loved me somehow. Well, basically, a couple days later after this accident, I'm already able to put some pressure on my ankle. It's still in a lot of pain. My mom calls me and she asks how I'm doing. I tell her I'm okay. And she says, Logan, if anybody knocks on your door, answer it. And I'm like, wait a minute. I thought you said that you couldn't come and visit me. And she said, no, I'm not visiting you, but she couldn't really keep her secret for very long. Eventually it came out. I got you some flowers, and I'm having them delivered to your door. And I just started weeping. I was so happy and sad at the same time. Nobody's ever given me flowers before, so it was just one of the most thoughtful gestures, and it made me so happy and sad. It made me happy because I knew, hey, I have family that cares about me. I have family who loves me and wants to show their support for me. And it made me sad because I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't go visit them, and they couldn't visit me. This is all that they could do, and all that I could do was accept it. But it was great. Here's a picture of the flowers. So they ended up coming to my door, and it was just really nice. It was so nice of her. Um, yeah. And that was pretty much the best of the story. Eventually, this whole thing ended up costing me a lot of money. I ended up getting this boot here from the hospital, and I had looked up boots on like Amazon and Walgreens, and I thought maybe they were like $50. Well, I got the bill like 3 months after the whole incident, and that was like $350 for the boot. Okay. And then I had to get more x-rays and just the exam. The whole thing was about like $2,000 for a stupid little fracture. So yeah, do I feel bad? Kind of. But at the same time, I realized, there's really not much I could have done about it. It's a silly mistake, but silly mistakes happen all the time. And sure, this one ended up costing a lot of money, but I feel like I learned a very valuable lesson. You gotta take what you can from these moments in our lives and learn something from it, I guess. I learned that, even though I'm kind of far away from home and I can't go back and visit whenever I want right now, my family still loves me. And even if I do make a silly mistake, I'll learn something. And I learned that, you know what? It's okay that I'm living far away. It's okay that I'm by myself right now because my family's still there for me. And even though I can't go back and visit them, I know that they love me and I love them back. So, what kind of weird, I don't know, medical error? Not error, what's the word I'm looking for? Tell me, guys, what is a mistake that you've made that has cost you a lot of money and or preferably and you've learned a great deal from, because those are the best mistakes. I mean, really, you learn from every mistake. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.